Bonjour, this is Pierre from French Moments, and in this video I'll take you for a walk in the village of Lagnes in Provence. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It really supports the channel and helps us bring more unique content to you. Also, if you haven't already, click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. Let's begin our exploration of Lagnes from the Place de la Mairie where I've parked my car. We'll go up the Rue de la République to reach the old village. Lagnes is a commune in Vaucluse with about 1,700 inhabitants, located less than 30 kilometers from Avignon. The village is situated on the southwestern tip of the Mont de Vaucluse and is built in tiers at the foot of a small hill, the Rocher du Piéy. To the west of the area lies the vast Sorgues plain. Here's a beautiful fountain topped with the coat of arms of Lagnes. The two keys are the symbolic arms of papal authority dating back to 1693. The villagers long suffered from water shortages and had to fetch water from the Sorgues, a river more than a kilometer away from the village. This fountain from 1812 is the village's first, but it did not function properly. Its flow was always irregular and could even dry up in the height of summer. A second fountain was built in 1890 near the church. It was not until 1898 that water, pumped and stored in a reservoir, was distributed to 7 taps spread throughout the village. Let's turn left to reach the Place du Bataillet. From here, we have a lovely view of the church of Notre-Dame-des-Anges and its bell tower. From there, the path climbs to a hill overlooking the village. This is the Piéy Hill, or Rocher du Piéy. To be honest, I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced in French. In any case, the panorama is superb and allows us to see the Sorgues plain, the towns of L'Isle-sur-la-Sorgue, Cavaillon and Avignon. We can also spot the Alpes on the horizon and on a clear day the Cevennes. We are back in the village at the Place du Bataillet. We will head to the Place de la Fontaine. Here's the war memorial and the church portal with its Greek pediment. The church was completed in 1612 and the bell tower was built in 1746. In 1844, as it threatened to collapse, it was demolished except for the bell tower and rebuilt in a style inspired by Romanesque architecture. The Place de la Fontaine is adorned with a lovely fountain at its center. You can see the belfry of Lagnes, the Beffroi de l'Horloge. We'll pass by it and take the Rue Venteuse, which crosses the old village. It's a real pleasure to stroll through the narrow streets lined with old houses from the 16th and 17th centuries. Here's the rampart of the Lagny Castle. Let's continue along the Rue Venteuse, the street where the wind blows. We walk along the impressive walls of the castle, which was built on a rocky hill. It actually consists of two residences which belonged to the co-lords Cambis and Forcia. The southern residence is the oldest and likely dates from the late 11th century. These two residences are separated by a large central courtyard in which stands the 12th century Saint-Antoine Chapel. The castle underwent several modifications and additions in the 16th and 17th centuries. This is evident from Renaissance elements such as mullioned windows. The castle is not open to the public as it is privately owned. We arrive at the reservoir from where there is a beautiful view of the plain and the surroundings of Avignon. We will now descend via the Place du Réservoir to the intersection with the Rue du Barriot. On the right, we follow the old rampart in which houses have been built. The tower we see here was one of the 5 round towers the fortified village had in the Middle Ages. If you're watching this on YouTube and you've been to Lagny in this part of Provence, I'd love to hear about your visit. Drop a comment below and tell us what you loved about it. We are back at the charming Place de la Fontaine, with its cafe that has such a Provençal atmosphere. We will return to our starting point by the same path as before. The territory of Lagny was occupied by the Romans, thus some think it was the owner of a Roman villa who gave its name to Lagny. For others, the origin of the name Lagny could come from the word laine, wool, from the Latin laneo. Indeed, sheep farming was one of the main resources of its inhabitants. In 1154, Lagny was mentioned under the name Lagnas. In the Middle Ages, Lagny was under the rule of the Counts of Toulouse and the Counts of Forcalquier. From 1295 to 1791, Lagnes was part of the Comtat Venessin and was papal territory. It was only in 1791 that Lagnes and the Comtat Venessin became part of France. Thank you for taking part in this discovery walk with me. It was a real pleasure to help you discover Lagnes in Provence. I will now take the car to visit the neighboring village of Gabrière d'Avignon. I'll see you soon for other adventures. À bientôt!